Another day in the garage, another day on the wagon, and fix the steering. It works now. No more binding. Episode's over. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye. Okay, it's not really over yet, but that's pretty exciting. So this theory I've had all day was this nut was what was causing it to bind up. So there's a nut where the shaft comes out of the rack. There's a shaft that goes to the nuts and get you out of the gutter. So there's a shaft that comes out and attaches to the steering knuckle that comes out of the steering column that goes to the extension. Well, when I was disassembling this, I took that nut, backed it off because I thought for some reason that might lower the shaft and might get it out easier. Well, when I tightened it, I guess you don't really tighten it that tight, or there's two sets of nuts. It's kind of weird. But I took everything out of here. I took the tie rods out of the end of the knuckle just to see, and it was still tight. So when I was turning it, I knew that it wasn't my knuckle setup. It wasn't anything like that. It was something in the rack. So I went back and I loosened that bolt up, and it's free now. Like, it's completely free, just like it always was. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hook everything back up, and I'm going to snug down that nut with a couple turns and see where we're at and see if I still have free motion, because I think that solved everything, and I'm super excited about that. I know I'm kind of talking kind of fast, but that amps me up that was my problem. So let me get back to that, and I'll see you guys in a second. Oh, what a great feeling. That is so much better. So yeah, there's two different bolts on there. I can show you a diagram if I can find it on the internet. I'll put it right here. So the middle nut is actually the adjustment for the tightness of the rack, and the other one's just a set screw to hold that tightness. So you back one off, then you can loosen one or tighten one. So I've got the rack in a good spot to where it moves nice and freely, just like it did before. And I went ahead and ran down the set screw with it, and it seems like everything's going to be good. I'm going to bolt that shield back up, and yeah, I think that solves my steering issue. That's a huge relief, guys. Oh, it feels good. And thank you for all the input, all the back and forths trying to figure out and trying to diagnose it. I really appreciate that. Thank you. So one more piddly thing I'm going to work on while I have this side apart, and I noticed this and I almost forgot about it, is this brake line. You see, kind of curled up. When I had this brake caliper hanging off to the side, I must have flipped it somehow. So I'm just gonna take this caliper off right quick, undo that, then go ahead and bolt it back up to the knuckle here. Nothing huge, just something I want to catch you up on, just in case you missed it. I almost did, and that's not gonna cut it. So now that I got the steering figured out, what I wanted to start doing is start mocking up where I want to run my new exhaust. So as you can see, I've got a ton of more room down here. You can see the exhaust opens up there, and the stock wagon, it goes to about here, and then right before the gas tank, it crosses underneath the drive shaft and goes out there, then crosses back, then goes out there back here. I don't like that. I don't want to go underneath the drive shaft anymore. What I'd really like to do, I don't know, I'd like to have just a regular dump that kind of dumps out at an angle maybe before it gets to the gas tank here. But I really wish that I could run it here along this and dump it out to where it goes to like a side exit. I don't know. It's kind of it's a tight bend there. I could run a couple of bottle resonators here, and maybe like have a small muffler, because I've got all kinds of real estate here now underneath the car. But I don't know. I'm gonna have to kind of go to the drawing board. I just wanted to get a good look on the camera so I could kind of reference this video and go back and see where I could run the exhaust. I don't want to cross. I can't really go over the drive shaft, but I really like to avoid going under it. I don't want to have anything lower going down through here and lose more ground clearance, because that's how I ended up beating up that exhaust so bad. I don't know. I'll kind of think of some ideas and kind of get back to that, but I'm going to start ordering some straight pipe at least, and maybe a new straight muffler or something. I don't know. I've got some resonators over there that Justin donated to me a while back that I'll probably end up using. They're all 2.5 vibrant stuff. So the good dude Justin let me use this. This is a straight through cat, which I don't need a cat necessarily. It'll be good for running the exhaust where I need it to go. It's got the bungs in there, so I can actually move my wideband down off the header, which will give me a little better reading. I've got these two bottle resonators that we took off after we did the off-road video, because you can see here it got quite beat up, and I think this is right here is where his viscous coupler was rubbing on the top of the resonator, because it got smashed up there so hard. So yeah, I may end up reusing this and on top of this at the end of it somewhere. I don't know. I don't want a super raspy, loud noise, but I don't want super quiet either. I like to have a little bit of rowdiness to it when I build the new exhaust. So we'll see. That's kind of where we're at tonight, guys. Tomorrow, I'm gonna go for a drive. I'm pulling this SOB out and I'm gonna go drive around the block. So be looking forward to that. But yeah, that's gonna do it for this evening, guys. The steering was the main thing I really wanted to tackle today. That, and on top of looking at the exhaust and seeing new exhaust routes, because I can run around with an open header, but I really don't want to. I mean, it's got the header that just dumps right underneath the car. It's really loud, and I gotta get quieter than that. So I'm gonna start ordering some of that stuff, getting that taken care of. I've got some exhaust stuff here already that I had planned on doing exhaust a while back, but now that I have it up and lifted and that's all complete, I'll go ahead and start working on that. I probably won't get to it this weekend because I'm getting married this weekend, so the shortage of videos will be coming up soon. Daily Dash will be ending Friday, so the wedding will be Friday. I'm going to shoot a video during the wedding. I don't know if I'll be able to upload it, so I don't know when that video will go up on the after the wedding. But we're planning on going to Dallas, I think, that weekend. So if you guys are in Dallas, I may say hey. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and we're going for a cruise tomorrow because I needs to drive it. See you guys.